Please subscribe. Keep us alive. We try to provide information from reliable sources for entertainment purposes. We cannot assert 100% accuracy.
The police reported this morning 5 carjackings that occurred Monday, August 30th, in separate events in Guaynabo, San Lorenzo, Caguas, and San Juan. The first incident occurred around 5:30 p.m. in the Puma garage located at kilometer 34.6 of Highway 181 in San Lorenzo, where a criminal used a firearm to rob an undetermined amount of money and then to strip a man of his Hyundai Accent of 2017 and with IV 375 license plate. The second incident was reported at 6 p.m. in front of a restaurant located on Jose de Diego Avenue, in Puerto Nuevo, San Juan. According to the preliminary police report, a woman alleged that 2 men approached her and one of them threatened her with a firearm, forced her to surrender a 2015 Toyota Corolla with an IP 488 license plate. The next 2 carjackings occurred around 7 p.m. in Guaynabo, where 2 women were threatened or intimidated by men who stole their motor vehicles while they were in the Burger King parking lot in Los Alamos. The complainant alleged that a man in a coat and mask approached her with a firearm and forcibly removed her 2011 Nissan Rogue. At the same time, a tall and thin man, covered with a coat, threatened and took a Toyota RAV4 from another woman in the same place. A 5th carjacking was reported at 8:40 p.m. at kilometer 27.3 of the PR-52 highway in Caguas, where an individual threatened and intimidated a person with a firearm to strip them of a 2019 Kia Sedona. Police did not report people injured in any of the incidents.
The weekend closed with 3 murders in Ponce, Puerto Nuevo and Manati so far this year. 383 homicides have been reported, 55 more compared to the same period in 2020. In Ponce, a young man identified as Stephen J. Monroe Castillo, 21, died of multiple gunshot wounds. The body was found on Saturday morning in the parking lot of the local dancers club. The victim was identified by family members at the scene, where 3 vehicles were seized as part of the investigation. Another murder was reported at 9:57 p.m. Sunday, in the parking lot of All Brand Distributors in the Montacillos neighborhood, in San Juan. There, authorities found the body of a man between 50 and 60 years old with multiple gunshot wounds to the body on the pavement. The man, who has not been identified, was described as having a fair complexion, 5 feet 7 inches in height, 140 pounds, and brown eyes. He was wearing gray shorts, shirtless, and cream-colored shoes. An individual is being detained as part of the investigation. Meanwhile, in Manati another murder was reported at around 12:42 a.m. Monday, between apartments 9 and 10 of Building 1 of the Brisas de Campo Alegre residential complex. A call through the 911 emergency system alerted authorities to gunshots at the site, where the body of a 30-year-old man identified as William Rodriguez Maldonado, alias Machito, was found on the ground.
Arecibo, Puerto Rico, a driver ran over a woman this morning and then fled in events that occurred on Highway 681, kilometer 0.5, in the Ilote neighborhood in Arecibo, police reported. Maria Sahel Gonzalez Pizarro, 38, a resident of the town of Arecibo, was walking along the highway from west to east when a motor vehicle hit her. The driver of the car involved fled the scene without leaving any information. At the moment, the police do not know the description of the motor vehicle involved. The 38-year-old injured woman died on the spot as a result of the impact.
Judge Blanco of San Juan Court found cause to arrest a young woman who presented a false vaccination card to enter a concert. On August 22, the young woman attended Eladio Carrion's concert at the Coca-Cola Music Hall of the San Juan Convention District, where she presented a COVID-19 vaccination record card. However, health department personnel discovered that the information on the young woman's vaccination card was false, and that she had not been inoculated against COVID-19. The 21-year-old, Paula Pamela Oyola Rivera, is facing 3 years in jail.
Dorado, Puerto Rico, authorities are investigating the theft of several jewels from a residence in the Dorado Beach East development. The complainant reported the theft Tuesday and alleged that someone forced the back door of the home to gain access and stole jewelry valued at $670,500. The case was referred to the Property Division of the Vega Baja Criminal Investigation Corps.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers seized 1,024 pounds of cocaine found inside a container aboard a ferry originating from the Dominican Republic and destined for San Juan, a shipment with an estimated value of $13.9 million. Transnational criminal organizations hide drugs among a multitude of products shipped in the international supply chain, the Associate Director of Field Operations for Border Security in Puerto Rico and the United States Virgin Islands said in a statement Tuesday. Our officers remain vigilant to explore all possible locations used by smugglers, the official said.
A man will face charges of aggravated misappropriation and fraud after stealing $715,698.29 through a scheme in which he allegedly sold cell phones and offered repair services using a point-of-sale terminal provided by Evertech. The judge Ileana White, of the Court of San Juan, found cause to arrest Jose Luis Figueroa Rios, 28, a resident of Rio Piedras, and imposed a bail of $250,000.
The murder of Carlos Isender Betancourt Ramos, a 15-year-old teenager shot to death last Tuesday afternoon, could have been motivated by quarrels between two drug gangs, Lieutenant Jose Padín Fernandez, of the Homicide Division of the Carolina Criminal Investigation Corps. We do not rule out that the murder was motivated by quarrels by rival groups or that it is linked to drug trafficking. Betancourt Ramos was shot and killed at around 3:16 p.m. last Tuesday on Highway 859 in the Arecibo sector, in Trujillo, Alto. The lieutenant stressed that the number of shots that the body of the deceased presented were multiple and could not be counted. The car he was traveling in was also shot several times. In addition, it is not ruled out that the crime was carried out by two or more people, because shells of .40 caliber and .223 caliber bullets were recovered at the scene. Meanwhile, inside the vehicle a Glock pistol, caliber 9mm, model .45 was seized, several chargers, and a marijuana pipe.
The Department of Health reported Tuesday, 28 new deaths from COVID-19 in Puerto Rico, which is the highest number in the entire period of the pandemic. Of the 28 victims, 22 were not vaccinated against COVID-19, added Health Secretary Carlos Mellado. On August 25, the agency reported 20 deaths from COVID-19 on the island. At that time it had been the highest number of the year. Following this report, the island reports a total of 2,860 deaths from the SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus. In addition, the average number of deaths per day based on a 7-day period is 10. In this month of August, which ends today, the agency reported a total of 273 deaths as a result of the virus.
In court news, the Carolina Prosecutor's Office announced a list of 38 witnesses against Jose Carlos Aponte Ramos for the murder of 4 members of a family in the early morning of January 1, 2020 in Trujillo, Alto. Against him, the Department of Justice filed 11 charges for the shooting murder of Edwin Ramos Monje, his wife Dorothy Wickline, and the couple's 2 twin children, Jorge and Eric, age 9, at the family residence in the Los Ramos sector of the Carrizo neighborhood in Trujillo, Alto. The trial and jury selection had been hindered and delayed by the pandemic. The delay caused Aponte Ramos to be released out on parole by the mechanism of habeas corpus of the Criminal Procedure Code, as the trial against him did not start within 6 months after being arrested for the first time.
Edgardo Rosado Rodriguez, one of the men who, according to the police bureau, participated in the kidnapping and murder of Eugenio Martinez Rodriguez, will remain in jail at the Guaynabo Metropolitan Detention Center by order of federal judge Isel Lopez Soler. If found guilty, Rosado Rodriguez faces a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison and the possibility of paying a fine of up to $250,000. The body of Martinez Rodriguez, 57, was found on Monday night in the Palmerito neighborhood, in Corozal, after being reported missing on August 14 in Morovis, the town where he worked as a municipal employee.
Puerto Rico has faced an event of dense dust from the Sahara that affects air quality, the National Meteorological Service reported. Meteorologist Leon Ingles Serrano warned in an interview that the island received the peak with the highest concentration of this particulate this past weekend, more significant than the dust pulse that the island received the previous weekend. According to the Department of Natural and Environmental Resources, the Air Quality Index, AQI, is at 85, which implies that it is at a moderate level. The moderate level means that the air quality is acceptable, but for a very small group of people exceptionally sensitive to air pollution it could present some health concern, according to the agency. For his part, Ingles Serrano pointed out that the presence of the haze will also promote high temperatures and the heat index exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We are going to have hot conditions with temperatures in the high 80s to low 90s degrees Fahrenheit, and rates that will be around 102 to 107 degrees Fahrenheit, mostly in coastal areas, said the meteorologist.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Help us survive.